Hello everybody, and a very good evening to you. Welcome to the StoneX Stadium. It is of course the weekend of Le Crunch, and we think therefore that every other game taking place should be nicknamed some sort of derivation of a French sound you might make when you bite into an apple. So this match, Scarlets against Saracens, could be nicknamed Le Crunch, Le Mini Munch, something else like that. Alec Clary is here. Alec, can you give us a nomination for how this match might be described? You know, it's an Anglo-Welsh clash, maybe something related to the sound you make when you bite into an apple. What would you go for?
Bloody hell, you took us back with this. I didn't realise when we started like this. I haven't got a clue, mate.
It's okay. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. My effort for today would be Les Anglais, Le Galais nibble, perhaps. And maybe you'll have different variations you can think up at home while Alec gets his thinking cap on as well. Well, let's get into today. It's great to have you here, Alec. And firstly, we would have liked to have seen you playing, of course. But just give us a quick update. You're not on the pitch, but you're also not too injured, I understand.
So what the crack is that I was going to be playing loose this week because Robin Hislop, our loose head, but we thought he was going to get a red in the Sale game. Turns out it's been overturned to like nothing. So now he's come back to play. So during a scrummaging session, I sort of twinged me back a little bit. Not used to playing that position. So, but yeah, I'm fine. It's all good. It's not serious.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to have your company, and Alec will be building up towards kick-off with us over the next half an hour. We hope to have your company, and we wouldn't be able to do this, however, without the great support of all Saracens partners and their sponsors. So right at the top of the show, it's a big thank you from us to them.
An unprecedented market force is causing a shift in direction. There may be some long-term opportunity if traders can see through the noise.
Master the market forces with City Index. Trade with confidence.
The heave cry goes round. Final flourish from Saracens of real class.
No time to rest. Just do your best. What you hear is not a
Welcome back, everybody, to the StoneX Stadium. Our build-up continues, but firstly, let's talk a bit about international rugby as well. England's playing France tomorrow, 4:45 p.m. Saracens again providing 5 players to England's national cause. And those players, Alec, when they are in the England camp, how much interaction do the Saracens squad have with those players? I mean, are they completely off radar, or is there still a little bit of interaction between the mates that they have in the squad here?
Oh no, definitely still banter going about. We've got our own like WhatsApp group and that, as I assume most clubs do. So yeah, it's not like completely out, like still cracking on, just like normal.
So what kind of stuff might you get in the WhatsApp group from the England boys? Are they sending any photos to anything funny happen, stories like that? Or
it's not that WhatsApp group's not about that. It's just about light-hearted stuff, mostly away from rugby, like just stuff like a bit of banter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
nothing too serious.
Speaking of banter, you yourself have got a reputation as being one of the squad's characters. So does that transpire on WhatsApp, or does your comedy come across digitally? You mostly in-person humour?
I'm a bit of a digital dinosaur, to be honest, mate. Like, WhatsApp, it's all well and good. I don't really put on there much. I'm not really... I prefer face-to-face interactions, you see. So it's just a bit like... I don't really post. I don't have much social media presence, so yeah, I'm more of a face-to-face sort of guy.
Yeah, fair play. Well, that's why we got you involved today. And England-France, though, what are your perceptions of that as a rugby player? Will you be watching it? Is it something that you kind of keep your eye on as a fan and get as engaged in as any other England fan might, or is it because you're a professional and you're in the game every day, it's an afternoon off?
I don't really know what to say, mate. Probably I'll put it on the TV, maybe have a whole garden or something, and just chill out, watch it, and just enjoy it rather than getting too invested.
Yeah, okay. Italy are facing Wales this weekend as well. Marco Riccioni, your mate, is in the squads. So tell us a bit about him and about what he says about Italian rugby. Has he passed anything on this?
Handsome bugger, loves pasta, and he's if there's anything wrong with the food, he'll tell you. Right, he's got some amazing tattoos. He's got one of the best positions in the scrum I've ever seen. He's absolutely class. Love the guy.
Well, our build-up will be continuing again shortly, but before we talk about rugby again, let's catch up with what's going on amongst the other sports teams at Saracens, including the netball team, Saracens Mavericks, and they have a big match coming up against the England Thorns.
Saracens Mavericks versus England Thorns.
The first ever match
Between the Thorns and a Super League netball team.
Saturday, March 11.
At HFB. See you there.
Welcome back, and yes, best of luck to the Saracens Mavericks in their big match coming up. Back to you, Alec, and I'd love to hear about your career, about your life so far, up until this very day, right now. Let's go back to what most people, I think, at Saracens would know you from, having come in from Jersey and being a championship stalwart. What was it like playing rugby over on the Channel Islands, and what were the limit of your horizons as a rugby player at that point?
At that point, right, I did 3 years, and I loved playing for Jersey. It was class, it's a lovely place. It was hard, don't get us wrong, the Champ is a hard place to go. It turns boys to men. And at that stage, I think after my 3rd year, I maybe thought to myself, nah, I think I'm going to pack it in, work on the roofs or something, or be a painter and decorator. But good job I didn't, because luckily Sarri swooped in, took me off my feet, and here we are.
What was that like to come to Saracens straight off, being such a successful club? Did you have a period of transition where you thought, wow, this is eye-opening, this is something else, or were you straight into it and just taking a chance?
Well, it was in the COVID era, so I was isolating with my family, heavily pregnant missus at the time, in Jersey for like about 3 months, I think it was, just by ourselves. Like, I was training at the beach. Like, it was really good. So I had a lot of thinking time to think, right, I've got to adjust myself and I've got to come in this. And I've said this before, I thought, if I don't make it here, I'm not going to make it anywhere. I might as well pack it in. So I came in with an open mind and I wasn't nervous. Just sort of like threw myself into it, and it's worked out well for us, I'm not going to lie.
It really has. You've become a real popular figure amongst Saracens fans.
Thank you.
That's just taking the temperature of how people are in the stands about you. Everyone has a real, I think, a smile on their face when they see you play well as well. But you're quite a serious-looking fella. You don't look to be all bright and happy when you're on the field. It's business for you.
No, it's not because of that. It's because back at uni, like, my face wasn't always like this. Back at uni, there was a really good-looking lad, and he had this like big brow on him, like that, and like he had this like look that he used to give like people. And it was like this, like, a smouldering sort of look. So I sort of tried to imitate it with my brows, and it's worked. I've got this like crinkle here. Don't you see that there?
Yep.
And now I'm like, I look pretty serious all the time.
Yeah, you do.
But but no, I'm not really. I'm not serious. I take life pretty easy. Yeah. I don't try to take it too seriously.
Yeah, we know what's inside there. Don't you worry about that. One of the things at Saracens that we always talk about is the community. It's fantastic, isn't it? And we've got a video coming up in a second that we're going to just show and highlight the work of the Saracens Foundation. But just tell us what touch points you have with a player with the Saracens Foundation and how that works with the playing group.
What touch points? Can you explain that, please?
what interactions you might have with the Saracens Foundation? What work do you do with them?
Oh, so I've came down on a night time and watched some training stuff, and it's so like rewarding to come over and like see them lads, because they're all really nice, and like they just want to like play rugby and they really enjoy it, and yeah, it's lovely being around them. Like, it's such fulfilling work. So it's really good.
Well, one of those projects we're going to catch up with now, and Isaiah and Lara's story particularly. So let's catch up with the work of the Saracens Foundation.
The first time I got here, I was like amazed. It's really good training here. And it's different to school, because like at school we don't have Astro. Astro's like really nice. I've always liked fast-paced stuff.
Champions and Challenge Cup is a really good way for kids who don't necessarily come from traditional rugby schools get the opportunity to be able to play rugby and try and make more of those players from state schools and not traditional private schools, fee-paying schools. During the fixture nights, our coaches are looking for players who show rugby values, after which they're invited down to attend our Pathways coaching nights. At the end of the year, they join our Saracens Foundation Pathways team, where they play against an established rugby school. For many of them, it's the first time for them to experience an environment similar to what club rugby may be.
It's a very good experience to like getting good coaching and like having it alongside my studies. I feel like it's important to like do stuff that you love.
My favourite part about rugby is the contact and running down the pitch, just nothing stopping me. So we have two teams of all girls and all boys, because we're at that age where we can't do contact with each other. But actually, when it comes to girls, we want to do contact with the boys, because it's just funny, you know, tackling boys and just, you know, showing boys that girls can do the same thing they can, and probably better too. Seeing people I know on TV playing the sport I could possibly play when I'm possibly a bit older, it's crazy, because that could be me one day. And then my mum would tell me how proud she is of me and how I could be on TV one day, and she could stand on the sidelines on the pitch saying, "That's my daughter." Project Rugby has been there for me year after year after year, just helping me boost my confidence. So if Project Rugby hadn't come, say, into school, I don't think I would have got as far as I have now.
Welcome back. Isn't that a lovely story with Lara and how she says she just loves the contact side of the sport? It's good to see. Well, let's talk about tonight now, and let's talk about Saracens' perspective. We're going to hear from the coaches in a second. It is a mixed team. It's a lot of youth in there as well, Alec. Who are you most excited about seeing how they go tonight, how they get a full 80 under the lights at the StoneX? Who particularly takes your eye?
I always look forward to seeing Aroni out there. Like he does some unbelievable things. He's got amazing hands, really good in the scrum, and he gets around the park. So we're looking forward to seeing Aroni as always. It's nice to see Ethan as captain. He's absolutely what a character he is. Right, he's class person to be around. He lifts you up. He's a really good captain.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really mixed team. But I think we'll go well out there today.
Also got Dom Morris back, first appearance of the season for Dom, and that's going to be really nice for the fans to see him go. Have you seen him in training? Is he looking as sharp as he was?
Dom Morris, right? What a guy! Absolutely love the fella, right? He's the strongest man for his size I've ever witnessed in my life. Like he squats
he
up
is.
to 200, right? 200. He must be about 90 kg wet through. Right, he does 150. I think he did 150 bench as well the other day. The lad is strong, and in training, I think about Monday or maybe the week before, I ran into him, right, and lad, he took us out. He's unbelievable player. Like he's like a mutant. I can't get over how he structurally works. He's made of iron. He's like Rocky Balboa. I'm telling you.
There's someone else who's caught my eye in the centres who seems rock hard as well. Josh Haller, young man, but he also seems like he's made of iron. And what's he like to run into?
Oh, he's got some drive, that lad. I like Josh a lot. He's really dedicated, really professional. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes out there today. So he'll impress you. He'll impress you.
Yeah. Well, the men's team, of course, going well this season, top of the league, and the women's team aren't doing badly, perhaps not quite the heights of previous seasons at the moment, but they're building towards the peak of their season as well. So let's catch up a little bit about them and speaking to Lottie Clapp about the moments that matter in her career.
My significant memory from last season was when we had a shirt presentation the night before the final. Poppy had organised a shirt presentation, which was something special because we don't normally do that. We kind of save them for the big games like this. When I'd been with USA, one of the things that we did is you give your shirt to another player on the team, and I thought that was a really, really lovely idea. You didn't necessarily give to the next shirt, so it wasn't 11 necessarily given to 12. I kind of mixed it round, so the forwards were given to backs were given to forwards, and you didn't know who was going to give to you. So you were kind of waiting to see who was going to say something nice about you. And I think it was really lovely because as a team, I don't think we say nice things enough about each other. I think a lot of the time we're brutally honest with each other and have quite hard conversations with each other. So actually being able to have a moment with each other, and actually a really emotional moment. So it was really great to see people open up and see people like Chopper start to get emotional when they're speaking about other people. It was really special. So I think one of the ones I definitely remember the most was spots given to Mackenzie. I think that was the most special because she'd then planned it that her mum was going to come in as a surprise. Kind of having Mackenzie's mum sneak in at the background and surprise her whilst she was at the front just made everybody again get really emotional and start crying, and it was brilliant. Well, Cara spoke for me. A lot of the time you're kind of talking about tactics, talking about things you're wanting to do on the pitch. You're not necessarily going and kind of boosting people up, but the words that Cara said about me kind of really gave me confidence going into the match the next day. It showed how much confidence she had in me as a player, and I think everybody was in a similar boat with that. Everybody spoke really kindly and really highly of the rugby players that we've all become. In my mind, it was a great thing to do because it gives you individually that confidence as a player. We all give ourselves quite a hard time, and we all kind of look at the things that we aren't doing a lot of the time rather than recognising the things that we can do. So to hear somebody else on your team say what they think you're amazing at and call out your super strength and remind you of that the night before a game is really important. had a huge impact on the game the next day, because the way we took that pitch as a team, you could see that togetherness, something that we actually didn't have at the beginning of the year, something that we definitely had to work hard for. It wasn't just a given. To see where we were and to have looked back at where we were in September early that year to then, that was a big deal, going onto that pitch like we were. Everybody kind of delivered on those conversations the night before, and to put a score on them like we did in a final, considering we'd lost to them earlier that year, to have that in the back of our heads and losing in the final the year before. There was a lot riding on that game, so the fact that we were able to go out and put those words into action is just what we needed. Lots of memories after the game, champagne flying around everywhere. One of the things I remember most is tipping the ice bucket over Alex's head. That was good fun. Being in the changing room after a win is a special moment, especially when it's a big win like that. And then getting ready for the night out that we were going to have together. Everybody's kind of getting excited. Bots is screaming at everybody to keep their kit on because we weren't allowed to change apparently. Little things like that, it just kind of makes even more memories, which make it even more special.
Yeah, well, best of luck to Saracens women this weekend against Darlington Modern Park. And tonight, let's talk about opposition now, Alec. The Scarlets and Welsh regions in general. What can the Saracens expect from their opposition tonight?
They tend to have a lot of power up front, very forward orientated. So, yeah, I think they'll bring out a decent scrum, decent line-out maul. So we've just got to be prepared for that, and we are prepared for that.
Well, if anyone is tuning in from West Wales as well, we have a stream for you. We're going to be completely unbiased as well as we can as well, at least as well as Alec can.
Oh yeah,
can you be unbiased?
Oh, 100%. I have nothing against anyone.
Fantastic. Okay, that's good to know. But let's now time to catch up with the coaches as well, and the thoughts of both Gareth Williams of the Scarlets and also Kelly Brown of Saracens. So here are their thoughts. We spoke to them a little bit earlier. Kelly, it's a one-off fixture tonight, yet it comes off the back of a loss to Sale from the first team. How much does that get talked about in a week like this? Do some of the themes of that match get discussed? A lack of control, perhaps, and how much does that need to be put on the pitch today, or is it a completely different type of game tonight?
I wouldn't have said the themes of that match, but the thing, we've tried to keep the general themes of the season going, and the things in the first team we've been speaking about, it's exactly the same.
It's a really nice balance to the lineups tonight in terms of experience and youth. How do you go about making sure that everyone's on the same page in that regard?
Yeah, I'm excited. As you said, it's a good blend. We've got a couple of older guys, and we've got a lot of young guys. And to be fair, we've got a lot of guys that haven't actually played a lot. And so over the course of the week, it's been a case of keep it as simple as we can, because ultimately, all we're looking for is for the guys to go out there and to fire into it, and if we do that, we'll be okay.
Let's take a look at the back row, your old position, of course. Three real youngsters being thrown on today, and what are you going to be asking for them of, particularly as a set?
Oh, it's just in the back row. It's just all about graft and about being unbelievably physical, and if we can do that, we'll be all right.
Well, Kelly, just before you go, and best of luck for your thoughts. I hope it goes well tonight. Can we just get a full look at how a Scotsman dresses for this kind of evening weather in North London, all the way down to the pop socks as well? You're a hard man.
Well, it's about 4 degrees, and so I put a bit of the sun cream on, and I'm good to go.
That's good enough, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, thanks a lot for tonight. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Gareth, Scarlets may have lost last weekend, but in general, in 2023, you've been going great guns. Tell us a bit about the turnaround in your season since the new year.
It's been good, probably in the build-up to the new year, when we moved into the Challenge Cup period. Our forms picked up. We were disappointed to lose to the Ospreys over Christmas, but then into 2023 it has been, it's been pleasing from that point of view, results-wise. It's an epic game in Munster last week. I'm not quite sure how to talk about it as a defence coach, to be honest, but there was some great character in there from the boys, and that was really pleasing, and we could have nicked it at the end, really. So that was a bit of a strange one, but we've been really pleased with the form the early part of this year.
The Scarlets haven't been up to North London since 2016, and we all remember the champagne rugby of the 2017 title winning campaign. What are the characteristics that define the current vintage?
Yeah, I think you regularly get spoken to about the way the Scarlets way really of playing, and we've been transitioning well lately from defending into attack, and that's been exciting. But it's been based on a lot of hard graft in and around that area. But the quality of the boys from an attacking point of view, hopefully it shines through tonight, because it is exciting, and with a young group of players, we're hoping we can put that onto North London tonight.
And this week in training, what have you been saying to that young crop about this opportunity for them, given the big matches also that you've got coming up later in the season?
Yeah, I say it's young. The squad is probably at, we've spoken about, a number of the players been at different stages of their season, but also different stages of their career. There's a number of boys involved tonight who have been in the matchday squads over the last few weeks, and in that period of decent form. And then we've got a group of players who are making their Scarlets debuts tonight. So there's opportunity from that point of view on a longer term basis. But there's also opportunity. We've got big fixtures coming up and moving into knockout rugby now in Europe, and the URC is getting really tight in those playoff areas. So we're into knockout rugby, and there's a number of boys here who could put their hands up to play a massive part come those exciting fixtures.
It's a friendly tonight. Put a value on a win for the Scarlets against Saracens today. What would it mean?
I think any game of rugby, you just want to win. There's a reality of developing, but even while you're developing, you just want to keep winning. And that's a big element of any match you play in. From a training point of view, you want things to be competitive, and winning is part of that. So we want to keep that element going, and we're disappointed off the back of last week out in Munster, and boys here have got opportunity tonight, and wins are always good things to keep going.
Gareth, best of luck tonight. Hope it goes well for you.
Diolch yn fawr. Thank you.
It is a rare species tonight's match, a mid-season friendly between Saracens and the Scarlets, something which serves both teams' ends in terms of propelling them towards the end of the season and the business end of the action. Well, let's look at the starting 15s from both sides. The Saracens 15 looks like this. Assistant coach Kelly Brown has picked a very experienced halfback pairing tonight to pair these youngsters in together. Ruben de Haas and Manu Vunipola, and outside him Josh Hallett and Dom Morris, the returning Dom Morris, his first appearance of the season tonight, and he's assisted in the back three with Ben Harris, Ollie Hartley and Rotimi Shegan. In the pack we've got Max Eek, Toby Knight and Nathan Michelot in that young back row, full of talent, full of running as well. Cameron Boone and Caden Pearce-Paul in the second row, and in the front row Aroni Marwi, Christian Judge, as well as Ethan Lewis captaining the side tonight, the most experienced trio on the pitch. This is how the Scarlets team look, and once again there's a blend of youth and experience. Tom Rogers at fullback, he was on the pitch last week against Munster in a try-scoring capacity, a full Welsh international. He's paired with Harry Dole and Cian Abrahams in the back three. Max Page and Eddie James, a lot of excitement around them in terms of Scarlets fans and what they want to see from them in the future. Dan Jones captains, all that experience at number 10 that he brings to proceedings. Harry Williams, a youngster who is inside him at scrum half. Keep an eye on Scarlets number 8 tonight, Carwyn Tuipolosu, just 21 years of age, a cousin of Manu Vunipola, as well as Talupe Falatau, Mako and Billy as well. He is the next big thing to come out of Welsh rugby in a back row capacity. He has a great future ahead of him. Ben Williams and Ewan Shenton are alongside him. Iestyn Rees, Griff Evans in the engine room, and then Will Griff-John, Joe Rees and Steph Thomas in the front row. Here are how the replacements line up from both sets of teams, and there'll be lots of interchanging tonight, and we will get to those as they come. There is Dan Jones, a man who knows what it's like to come to StoneX Stadium and also to get a result as well. He was in the team the last time the two teams met, and that was all the way back in January 2017. Well, that was the last time they met. The last time they came here was in 2016, in October of that season. It was a 44 points to 26 victory at the StoneX Stadium for Saracens. Owen Farrell's kicked 8 from 8 that day. Matko Vunipola on the score sheet. Nick Tompkins, Wiles and Rhodes also try scorers. But this is a new crop, and Manu Vunipola and Ethan Lewis hoping to spearhead the team to success tonight. Well, there is Ollie Hartley, who was in action up in Sale when Saracens lost that top of the table clash in the Gallagher Premiership, but they will surely have shaken that off pretty quickly, as you expect. It's been a terrific campaign for Saracens so far, but a pause really for the first team and for the youngsters to take centre stage. Now, before we get going tonight, it is a sad occurrence that we have to report from the Scarlets rugby community. They are tonight remembering Andy Hill, whose death was learnt of earlier today. He was the club's record try scorer with 311 in all. He was also a member of the famous Scarlets team of 1972, which defeated the All Blacks 9-3, of course. Ray Gravel, Phil Bennett, Roy Burgess try that day. So much folklore of Welsh rugby tied up with that match. And Andy Hill tonight being remembered by the Scarlets and by Saracens, a legend of Welsh rugby, a legend of West Wales. So the Friday night lights are about to be treated, as are we. Saracens will kick off. Manu Vunipola gets his hands on the ball. I'm in the company again of Alec Clary. Alec, thank you for hot-footing it across to us. Did you manage to get that refreshment that you were keen to get your lips round before kick-off?
My throat was dry, it's now not, so that's good.
That's all the answer we need. Leave the details out of it. Manu Vunipola gets us ready as the Saracens team of a blend of youngsters and experienced heads. Get going. Ben Harris backed into the team and he's off and running. Manu Vunipola spreads play along. That was nicely done, wasn't it? Onto Caden Pearce-Paul. Manu Vunipola. Don Morris. Back in a Saracens shirt for the first time this season. And there goes Cameron Boone. Almost 7 foot of him, Cameron Boone. Penalty to Saracens and a good start for the host. There's a lot of intent in the running lines from forwards and backs, Alec.
Yeah, absolutely class. Some of the Rats and the Kings and everything is going really well right now. So, oh yeah, it's going really well so far. God, it's cold up here.
You got 6, yeah?
Saracens with the line out, and Ethan Lewis, the captain today, gets his hand on the ball and shunts his 8 forward. Ruben de Haas leaves his pack to it, and Saracens 6 metres away. Little show and go. First hands on the ball for Josh Hallett tonight, and there's de Haas jinking, turning, moving Saracens a little closer. Cameron Boone lends his heavy frame to this clear out, and promising beginning. Signs of Saracens scoring the first points of the night. Manu Vunipola missed out. Hallett slips it nicely to Michelot. De Haas to Toby Nutt at number 8. He's got such great power after contact. There's Maui. Puts his head down. Good line from the Fijian international. De Haas waits. It's to Michelot. A couple of soft shoulders, but Scarlets do haul him down. There's Boone on the wraparound. Has he got it down? Saracens so close to this first try of the night, and there it comes. StoneX Stadium roars its approval. Black at Saracens. Perfect beginning, and the first 5 points of the night.
Some absolutely fantastic picks and goes there, absolutely mint from the lads. It was inevitable that try was going to happen, and it has happened. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, Boone's run, which set up the scoring position, and a little duck to the left and dotting down. Scarlets kick us back off. Saracens 7 points to the good. Here's Don Morris, and Alec, in the pre-match you were saying just how strong a man he is, made of iron, you said.
It doesn't make any sense how strong that man is. Like, it doesn't factor in. Like, he's made of something different. He hit me in a training session, and Jesus, went flying.
A couple of Scarlets players have just experienced that. Taken at the back by Tom Rogers, someone who also made his return to action recently. After 3 months out, the lightning fast full-back, and that's a good break from Harry Williams, caught by the collar, however. Joe Rees making his senior debut tonight, the hooker. Williams with that hair tied back in a bun, and he gives it to Dan Davis. Scarlets half-back pairing is so important tonight. They are to get any change out of this evening's friendly against Saracens. Here's Carwyn Tuipolotu. He'll be of the utmost importance to the Welsh region. 21 years of age. Dan Jones. Saracens' defence well organised in the middle. So Scarlets look to stretch things a little more. Physical contact in midfield with Max Page, one of the Scarlets Academy players. Ben Williams now. He's knocked back the open side. Harry Williams goes back to the right. Iestyn Rees almost taken into touch. Scarlets are up to the 22. They'll keep the ball from that area, although the follow-up was a knock-on. That's the type of Wolfpack defence which the first team have made their calling card for so many years, and this young team following suit.
Best part of the game coming up right now. We've got a big pack coming in. We've got some old heads, some young heads, so it'll be interesting to see what the outcome is.
The mentality, Alec, of the first scrum for a front row. Talk us through what goes through your head.
In some aspects, the first one's the most important. It sets the tone for the rest of the game. So, good hit. Right. They're bearing down. Not a bad scrum to start off with. Not a bad one.
Toby Knight profits from that platform. Makes good yards to number 8, doesn't he? Here's the captain tonight. Ethan Lewis came in from Cardiff, of course. There'll be no love lost in the close exchanges between him and the Scarlets. Last time he played against the Scarlets, it was his last appearance for Cardiff Rugby back in January 2021. De Haas's kick is a good one. Chase was strong too. Scarlets claimed it well. Williams, the scrum half, to Rees. It's cleared out by Steph Thomas. Steph's brother, Gareth, in action for Wales tomorrow against Italy. The action from the bench, Gareth Thomas tomorrow. Going high. Ollie Hartley not claiming it. Shegham will. Shegham fresh from renewal of his contract, another 3 years that he'll be at the StoneX Stadium until 2026. Thought of so highly in these parts. And Ethan Lewis.
Good take off 9, lad.
Use it!
De Haas.
Okay, good.
No Alec Davis tonight, of course, former man of the Scarlets, not playing against his former region. Getting the night off. And Ben Williams tidies that up. Now a 20-year-old in the Scarlets team. Lovely from Max Page to work that along the line. And then on the far
really
left,
good defence.
Kean Abraham, sorry Alec. Jones. He was all important when the Scarlets secured a draw against Saracens back in January 2017. These last matches, they all took place within a couple of weeks of each other. October 2016 and twice in January 2017. Since then, we've not seen the Scarlets against the Saracens at all. So here's a rarity tonight as Jones kicks this towards touch and first line-out set piece. The mentality at line-out time, like it's not as confrontational by its nature as the scrum, but there's points and there's markers to be put down as well, isn't there?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the Scarlets will be looking to maul this, I imagine, to put it on the board early. So we've been practicing a lot of defence in the mauls, so it'd be good for it to come to fruition now.
Well, Joe Rees on his debut finds his man. It's Griff Evans, and now the Scarlets can set up a maul of their own. Saracens' first try effectively coming from how well they set play up from close to Scarlet's line.
Look at that height. Right, come on, keep at it.
Scarlets go to the corner, and there's the referee's arm. There's the Scarlets' first try. Touchdown by Steph Thomas. And Alex, your interpretation of how the Scarlets played that was turned to the left slightly and then they peeled off. Was that perfect formation from the Scarlets, or were Saracens lacking anything in defence there?
I don't imagine that was part of the Scarlets' plan, but they took a bunch of our lads off and they peeled off there, and that's how they were able to get the try. So, yeah, he got it.
Dan Jones lining this one up. Last start for Scarlets was against the Stormers all the way back in December, and he's got off to a good start tonight, nailing that touchline conversion to make it 7 points apiece. And any notion that the Scarlets were overawed by their trip to North London put to bed with their first attack of the game, and Steph Thomas scoring in the corner. Vunipola gets us underway, judges that nicely. Saracens take it down.
Not got 10, scrum will kick again. The scrum will kick again, it is. Scrum.
Alec, this season there have been plenty of highs for Saracens, but some of the times they haven't hit those heights have been in the Premiership Rugby Cup, where 4 losses from 4 matches. And this is the type of squad that would have played in those games. Was that a frustration this season, or was the Prem Rugby Cup never something that was being focused on anyway? It was all about development, and in that sense, there were lots of positives to be gained.
Oh, there were a lot of development. It was a big part of development. There was a lot of lads who haven't played together, sort of as a team, and it was like dribs and drabs, like a different sort of people. So, but yeah, it was took seriously as any other game. But it just look at that scrum there. Oh, came on. Oh, sorry. It's a good job they got that out there.
Scrum taking
really good
over
scrum.
our attentions, Alec. No, you're absolutely right. Harry Williams. Scarlets still with the ball despite going backwards at the scrum time, forcing Saracens to turn. Harris goes back and Hartley comes across but doesn't take it cleanly. And that'll just drift into touch. And Scarlets have the ball back from this.
Line out, no options.
Good signs from the scrum though, Alec, for Saracens, and that front row, all that experience of Marweed, Lewis and Judge.
Thank you.
Oh mate, absolutely fantastic. I think we've got our ending now, so yeah, fingers crossed it'll be like this for the rest of the game. I do love a scrum, mind.
We might get treated to a fair few if the start is anything to base things on, but there's lots of expansion out here as well. Press defence from Saracens. Rogers is taking the ball for the Scarlets and he's a danger man, pops it onto Page, and now it's over to Dole, who'll cut back in, and he's metres away, Dole. Scarlets looking for number 2, head down, and that was forcing Saracens into some strong defence. Here's Tui Palotu, and the weight of the young man is enough. Scarlets make it 2. Carwyn Tui Palotu gets the touchdown.
Strong try, that. It's very strong try.
The behemoth from West Wales is a danger man, and he has turned that muscle into points early on. Five metres out, taking it to the line, and despite Saracens with 1, 2, even 3 players there, it is so difficult to stop this man. 4th start of the season for Tui Palotu in the number 8 jersey. And what a prospect he is, Alec. We saw him in the warm-up, and although his height isn't anything too much, the full size of him, the full width of him is most impressive.
Oh, the man's massive, and I don't know what you say about his height. Bloody, he's about 3 inches taller than me. The man's massive.
And he relishes that score at the StoneX Stadium. Vunipola, his cousin, kicks us back off. Also cousins with Talupe Falatau, Carwyn Tui Palotu as well. Schooled in England, however, at Sedbergh School in the north of England. He's been on everyone's watch list for a while, turning that into impressive senior performances. Williams with the box kick up to halfway, taken by Ollie Hartley. Ooh.
Interim player. An interim player. I didn't see that. If I missed it, I apologise.
2 Saracens players bumping into each other. Was that Alec?
I don't know what that was. I didn't even see where the ball went.
All I saw was it running. I'm wrong.
Claimed it well. Tarday, excellent. From the man making his 5th appearance for Saracens tonight. Linked up with the club only in November, having started the season at Wasps, making 1 appearance for them before everything went south, and Wasps and Worcester
It's your guys. No, they're okay.
had their fates sealed. This fixture, of course, meant to be against Worcester in the calendar originally.
Crouch!
The Scarlets players know all about the insecurities of professional rugby 2. What's been going on in Wales recently hasn't been affecting them as much as any of the regions. 20 players have been out of contract, but they're now hopefully having those signed up shortly. Tom Rogers flips this out the back and chips over, and that goes straight into touch. And Saracens getting to grips with how the Scarlets have set out their backline, playing from edge to edge. Saracens reading the play nicely.
Okay. Good, thank you. Yeah, that's good now.
Lewis goes over the top, and this might fall for Scarlets. Manu Vunipola in the end.
Oh, we've got it, we've got it.
Yeah, that was the intended target, wasn't it?
Looks that way now.
Nathan Michelot with the carry. Hallett, just his third start this season, the inside centre. De Haas's pass has a real zip on to Vunipola, and Rotti Shegun goes after this, gets a hand to it. It's going to land in the palm of Josh Hallett, who was almost away. Saracens' kick chase game was so good there. And Alec, when it comes to a kick chase, there are certain players out there who can race after a ball like Rotti Shegun there, but I imagine that no one escapes having to be a good kick chaser at Saracens.
That's what it is, man. That's when you've got to put the hard graft in. When you kick it, when you're running up and down the pitch with a kick chase, that's when you put the hard graft in. The stuff people don't see. Your legs are red raw by the time we're finished.
Player, for those of you not in the know, it's a small tweak to the back, isn't it? That's what's ruling you out at tonight.
Yeah, a little tweak to the back. It's all good though, not serious. Okay,
okay, that's just gone around. Same scrum.
Just in the scrum. Alec, if we get to see a replay of that, what went wrong, or what not went wrong? What happened there?
So just a little bit of a twist out. It's got to be reset. But I thought
so let's have again. Square from the start, okay? You went in after as well, okay?
Have another look now.
Yeah, I said. Nice and square early, please.
See that surge of power there. We just need to keep down. But it was a very good scrum now.
It's two very experienced front rows today. Will Griff John, of course, for the Scarlets, and Steph Thomas, mid-20s and pushing 30s now, Will Griff John, so they have a lot of experience in the front row. That's much better, and Jones gets things going, and Rogers is again into the line and adding his speed. Keane Abraham on that left edge. Williams gets it back. Ben Williams now the flanker. Scarlets on halfway. They've had a really good beginning to the match after going down, fought back nicely, and a penalty to come.
Okay, 5 not rolling.
That happens.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't see the infringement myself, Alec. What happened there?
Just on your tackle, Caden was the wrong side of the ball. It happens. It's just one of them things.
Scarlets kick to touch. And if you're watching on from West Wales as well, hello to you, and we hope you're enjoying the stream. Seeing lots of you commenting on our YouTube stream. Well done, Carwin, says the Scarlet Pimpernel, tidying up a backward scrum and then on the end of a try. Yeah, it's certainly a man to turn around, go forward ball. Taken in the middle of the lineup by Yeston Rees. Scarlet sets things up.
Bones on it.
And it hasn't stayed as a wedge, but Scarlet still make a few yards.
Ball is available, nowhere near the ball.
Ben Williams. Now Griff Evans.
Good steal.
Saracens pinch it, however. Vunipola spreads the play. Here's Don Morris. Shegun cuts back. Had Hartley outside him, but no good yards. Martini Shegun. De Haas. Knight. Vunipola. Saracens going through the gears. Piers Paul. Now Manu Vunipola goes over the top and Saracens collect. And now they're off and running again. Hallett switching.
No.
The referee seeing something he didn't like.
It was a trap there.
Well, the bell dings for the first tussle between those in the vicinity.
Step. Okay. Okay.
Look at little Harry
Captain,
Williams
Saracens,
finding his way to proceedings.
Right, okay, so I asked Knight to hold it, he's in for the kicker. He
Surprise,
went forward, and then
surprise,
he
looks to
received
be
the pass,
Ethan Lewis
so he's offside,
amongst
okay,
his
he's
Welsh
offside.
mates
Penalty
getting in
against
the
Knight.
action.
Initially he was okay, then he went on to receive the pass.
I think rugby fans like to see that, Alec, but as players, when you do the scuffles together, is that sometimes
He's just got to stop, but he carried on running, and then he
what are the
received
reasons
the pass.
behind it? It's never that well. It's never with malintent, really, unless things get nasty.
No, it's just it's a heightened feeling. There's a lot of feelings being dished about in rugby games, and that sort of thing sort of happens. But it's exhausting. Honestly, when everyone's dragging each other about and that by the shirt, it's honestly exhausting. So you want to give your attention somewhere else, to be fair.
So you're saying that you wouldn't necessarily be caught up in too much of that stuff?
Well, I'd have to get involved if you have to do. Do you know what I mean? You have to get involved.
Yeah.
But bloody hell, it is exhausting. Like.
Okay, let's go, please. Thank you.
Scarlets go over the top and Saracens take it away. Knight's speed and power.
Okay, lost now.
Marwi missed out. Lewis tidies up. Good step from the hooker.
Nice.
Dusts off his opposite man as well. It's lovely. Which is Wilgriff John, who was outdone by Ethan Lewis, and the penalty comes. Lovely footwork.
More positive picture.
So Sarries take play into Scarlet's half. Great dress rehearsal this for Saracens, with another Welsh region coming up to the StoneX Stadium on the 2nd of April for round 16 in the Champions Cup in the Ospreys. Vunipola, lovely line, right through the middle goes Knight, and he'll take on Rogers here, and Knight's speed is so good.
Oh, the man is lightning!
Is there as well.
The man is lightning.
That's the danger of young Toby Knight.
Mark's on me here.
And Alec, talk us through this.
Oh, sorry. Okay, fine.
Really good play. Holes right there, and look at the speed of the man. That is just not giving up. Look at the intent on his face. Oh, that was always going over that.
Thank you. Cheers.
Scary.
So I was hoping just to go forward. Yeah.
Is to level up the match. No problems for Vunipola, 14 points apiece, and Saracens starting to stretch their repertoire. When you make a break like that as a number 8 or a back rower in a Saracens jersey, it's going to draw inevitable comparisons with Ben Earl this season at least. But the number of number 8 back rowers that Saracens produce with that kind of speed, it's uncanny.
Especially for the size of him as well, big lad, and to move like that, it's really impressive.
Use it!
The balance to then turn Tom Rogers, an international Welsh back 3 player, and take him on. Something special. That's going to bounce from De Haas. Scarlets with the ball, Williams, Tui Palotu, Wilgriff John involved, Williams again, and Weston Rees. Pinched by Saracens, and there's numbers away to the left here, and Hallett has Rotimi Shegan outside him. Shegan with space to burn, goes on Rogers. Rogers covers well. Saracens knocking on the door again. Morris is in there. De Haas through the legs. Here's Knight again. Jinks to the left, to the right, and straightens. Morris goes all the way back to Vunipola, who spots Ben Harris over on the right wing, and in eons of space, Ben Harris touches down.
Absolutely fantastic there, Jesus.
Ben Harris is back.
Fantastic that.
First start since September, when he played against Harlequins and scored. Ben Harris with number 14 on his back once more.
Yeah, especially, yeah. The only one that went off is when you were both in an angle, wasn't it? Sorry. Yeah, fine. Thank you.
He's been playing on loan at Amptill this season, Ben Harris. Last weekend he was on the end of a 60-point hammering from Cornish Pirates. But now with Saracens again. It's a strange time in a player's career. Like it must be when you're playing or when you're on loan with a championship club and you play at that level, then you get recalled and you play at this level. Is it something you have experienced yourself, that toing and froing between championship and premiership?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know the differences with the champ. I mean, the physical aspect's always there. It's a big physical aspect, but the speed of everything is just so much quicker in the Prem. So, you know, it's mad to think that one week you're getting thrashed and then another week you're having a really good game. So it happens, mate. It's to and fro.
Manu Vunipola, a man who knows all about playing in the championship from his time when playing frequently at number 10 when Saracens were in the championship. Ben Harris, of course, prominent in that season too. This has gone over Piers Paul. Alec Clary prominent in that season as well. I remember that fixture down at Pirates where Saracens were beaten, of course, that first game of the season, and it was a mighty tussle as well.
Oh, I thought I broke my neck that game.
There was a red card shot on you for sure at one point.
On me on that game, was there? Well, I can't remember. It must have been a good one then. Thought I nearly broke my neck in the scrum.
There was no TMO down at the Manet, that's for sure.
Sat in A&E for 5 hours.
No, just a scrum.
Who were you up against that day? Dan Frost? Frosty was in the front row for Pirates, I think.
I think it was, yeah.
Before he got signed for Wasps.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was.
Some real chiselled operators. And we've got another one lying on the bench today. Robin Hislop. He's come through the champ, of course.
Okay, just come on. Come on, lad, we don't need to start that. Come on, let's go. Right, go on in. Sit.
And there's Will Griff John with the white tape around his head from a Sale player.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Harry Williams looks to the blind side and has Dan Jones, who chips it in behind. Dole is herring after this. Hartley did well, didn't he? The big fullback, and now he sets off. Almost up to the 22. Saracens might have space here if they go. Vunipola sees it and then wants Hallett to do the same. Morris draw and give, and now Harris is released. Former England Sevens player of the season a few years back, Ben Harris.
11.
And he can really go.
But 11 hasn't rolled.
Alec, I reckon you can really go in a foot race. Any truth in that?
You know, I can move when I need to move. You know, I can shift. Like Tyrone from Snatch. I can move when I want to move.
He can move when he has to.
Awesome.
He was good at driving as Tyrone.
Yeah, we don't share that in common. Should see me parking.
Saracens 3 tries to 2 in this first half, and setting off again. Vunipola doesn't take it to the line, instead resets. Marwi. Hallett putting his arm up and wanting the ball, and then slipping that on nicely to Hartley. De Haas. Vunipola always picked out a lovely line on from Boone, and then charging forward goes Michelo. Now Saracens have a plethora of options. Vunipola, pass and give, and it's the captain tonight, Ethan Lewis, against Welsh mates. Scores for Saracens.
Look at the smile on his face, man. He deserves that. Absolutely class.
Well, he came on loan one cold January to Saracens to answer an injury call, and he's stayed ever since. And he's starting to emerge as a leader in this group as well. Good work from Boone and Mitchell though.
Great offloads.
Manu Vunipola, it was a simple pass and give that one, but in general he's such a natural ball player.
Oh mate, he's absolutely fantastic, man. Like, these lads can see things in the games that I couldn't dream of seeing. Like, when holes are going to open up and all sorts, like, absolutely fantastic.
Well, everyone watching the stream from a Saracens perspective, enjoying those last two tries and praising the amount of talent coming through at Saracens as well. And Alec, are you regularly confronted with new faces at Saracens, players popping up through the academy, getting into training with the first team? Is that quite common? Are you quite often shaking hands with new people and introducing yourself at the club?
Oh yeah, it happens all the time, but I tell you something, you wouldn't know. Like, it's just, they just sink in the team like fantastic. Everyone that comes in, it just seems like they've been playing for ages. It's not like a massive shift in like skill level or like physicality, I'm telling you. It's class.
Dan Jones gets the action.
That's some more. Keep it up.
Off and running. Taken nicely by Cam Boone.
Came on the judge.
Once, sideways, once.
And the judge. His nickname is the Judge.
Still going.
I imagine.
The Judge.
Still moving.
Legend of the blow. Love the Judge.
Okay, that's two use.
The Haas drops it. That's all.
Did he drop it though?
Saracen scrum. Well, it was in front of us.
Okay, scrum, Scarlets. He's knocked on the base.
Kind of teeth for looking.
That's right.
It's a difficult one for the USA International to accept. Let's have a look here. First match for Ruben de Haas in a long time as well. Since the USA were dumped out of the World Cup qualification tournament by Portugal last year. Good platform for the Scarlets to work from, and stepping back, that's lovely onto Williams, who has speed, the scrum half, places the fend on de Haas, gets it as well to Williams, who rolls. Has he got that down? Ben Williams in support. A fine break through the middle by the Scarlets. Changing tactic from their edge play. This is really nice work from Eddie James. And the young Wales under-20 player, Harry Williams, who's not in action tonight. His Welsh under-20 colleagues playing Italy over in northern Italy tonight. And he's on regional duty. That was a good offload from the scrum half. Manu Vunipola goes from between his sticks, and that's going to bounce, and Saracens live to that one to secure it. Charge down though made by the young man on debut, Joe Rees.
Okay, we've got two knock-ons. The first is off Saracens, and then it's off Scarlets.
So knock on from Saracens first. Scarlets will get some nice field position here.
Hello. What's that?
Come back for another scrum now.
No, I think it's your guy hitting the back here.
The last couple have been really strong from both sides.
Oh no, sorry, he didn't even touch it. No, he didn't touch it. Yeah, he missed it. Good scrum, Adrian, keep going.
Hartley's leap in the air. There's a cut of the Freddie Stewart about Ollie Hartley. I was looking
Loose
at
end,
his
shoulder out, still same way, thank you.
previous matches this week, and he does climb in the air well. He's a physical boy.
Set!
He's got a lot of promise as a fullback. Williams, good pass again to his midfield teammate in James. He passed on to Page and Tui Polotu. Saracens are keeping eyes on him. Wilgriff John. Reese. Building nicely the Scarlets as Tuipulotu reloads for a second run. Saracens though slap their hands on the ball, and it's the type of play that is characteristic, inked into Saracens' DNA.
Okay, that clock's right, okay, 3 minutes. Yeah.
And I like that skill to time it at the right time to go in for the ball, because you get it wrong, you give away a penalty.
There's been many a time where I thought I've done a hell of a job getting there and getting my hands on the ball, and it's been a penalty against me. I don't know what the rules are in this situation, and I don't go for them anymore, because the amount of pens I give away, ridiculous. It's definitely a skill.
Lewis finds his man.
Good from Judgy there. Keeping him out. Going forward. Really good height on this maul.
Okay, use it.
That gives De Haas a good platform to pop this forward.
Good contest.
Dole went up for it. Shegan competed well, and it's Saracens who'll get the ball from that exchange.
Scrumageddon out there.
If I can't see that knock on, then I'm in issues, aren't I?
Turning into your sort of game, Alec.
Oh, definitely. I love this little period now. See this little period here where you get a bit of a rest, bit of a breather before the scrum packs down. It's a hell of a feeling.
Do you ever build up a rapport with your opposite man in the scrum? A serious question. A few words to each other that aren't mean at all, that are just communicative almost.
Not really, because we're trying to focus on not going back. Sort of in your own head at that point, I think.
Hallett, Vunipola. Now Hartley's coming up, and he has Harris with him, and Harris cuts back in, gets the fend ready. Now the next wave of Saracens come, and Knight just carries on going. De Haas, Boone. Scarlets putting their shoulder to the wheel in defence now. That's going to hit the floor. Eddie James secures the ball back. Williams kicks long, and Scarlets have sprung a really good exit from that after a very strong attack from Saracens.
Cheers, Mike.
Two weeks away, of course, from the showdown at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Still tickets available for Saracens fans wanting to get up to that stadium, that fantastic stadium, and have a huge day out.
Okay.
Can't be comfortable having Judgy's head in your face, man.
Okay, 2 news.
Christian Judge is making the most of those exchanges, isn't he? Dole goes up for the ball and palms it back nicely to Rogers. Wily player at fullback. Tuipulotu doesn't quite take that, and the knock-on is there. Under pressure was Harry Williams, and that will be us for half-time. And Saracens leading the way at the StoneX Stadium in this friendly match, 26 points to 14. The Scarlets, though, have certainly come to play, but Saracens hitting their straps midway through the first half. Toby Knight scoring a cracker of a try, Ethan Lewis following up after that to make it 4 tries to 2, and to keep us entertained, Alec Clem.
Oh, fantastic first half. Yeah, hats off to both teams, absolutely fantastic.
Well, thanks very much for joining us tonight, and keep your comments coming on the live stream as well. And there's clearly a lot of support for both Saracens and for Scarlets as we get to see some of these young players in action for a rare appearance in the season when so many senior players are away. Then the Cubs in both squads are able to shine, and we've seen a lot of that today. So half-time is upon us, and it's going to be an excellent second half, so do stay with us. Let's take a little recap of how things begun, and it was fast and furious. I don't think we quite caught the try scorer for that. Was that Ollie Hartley, Alec, from what you can see from things here?
Yeah, that's Ollie.
It did look like the frame when you slow it down, but he came at such speed onto the ball.
Yeah, it is.
So Hartley with the first. As the Scarlets were caught a little cold under the lights, but they came back strongly. And with Steph Thomas peeling away, scored that try in the corner. And Carwyn Tuipulotu, despite going low on him, it's going to be a difficult man to stop.
Pure blunt force trauma there. Pure power.
Here's try number 4 of the half, and well taken by Caden Pearce-Paul. Vunipola to Toby Knight. What a lovely line. That had you purring, Alec.
Oh, what a lovely line, man. Honest to God. You can make a 3-hour film off that line break. The amount of motion in that. Exquisite.
This is Tom Rogers here, who's coming across, who is doing inside and then out. Tom Rogers in the white headband. Still nothing he could do about it.
He had the momentum. He was always going over.
An individual score to a lovely team try. After the initial setup, it was Vunipola to Harris, who read the play perfectly.
I tell you so, what a good game this has been so far, man. It's been exciting, it's been thrilling. It's had its ups, it's had its downs. Mint.
Well, so often when we get our streams here at the StoneX Stadium, a feast is laid on for us. It's not just when the BT Sport cameras are here, so often when some of the squad players or players who have been denied a bit of action this season get their chance. The action is just as high quality. Nathan Mitchello with this carry, and Tom Rogers to the defensive 4 for Scarlets then. Vunipola's pass and give was nice to Ethan Lewis, and that one had you smiling as well, Alec.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at Ethan's face, man. He deserves that try. I tell you something as well. Saracens' ball placement has been absolutely fantastic. You can't touch them. It's been absolutely great.
A wonderful sight these at half-time at the StoneX Stadium as the youngsters get a chance to come onto the pitch. But these streams simply wouldn't be possible without the support of Saracens partners. And once again, it's a thank you from us to them. And we do that by giving them some airtime on the live stream.
An unprecedented market force is causing a shift in direction. There may be some long-term opportunity if traders can see through the noise.
Master the market forces with City Index. Trade with confidence.
The heave cry goes round. from Saracens on real class.
No time to rest. Just do your best. What you hear is not a test. We're only here to make you. We're only here to make you. We're only here to make you. We're only here to make you go. No time to rest. Just do your best.
Half time here at the StoneX Stadium, and it's a break for everyone around. And also a chance for us to tell you what is coming up. Of course, we have in 2 weeks' time the showdown at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There is still time to get your tickets. Over 35,000 tickets have been sold already. So if you're thinking of a big day out, 25th of March, then please do not miss out. Get online now. Go and book your tickets. It is such a good day out, and Saracens, of course, in action, and they'll be bringing their A game against Harlequins. Couldn't be better opposition, really, could there, for the showdown number 3. So to get us in the mood for that, another one of our pre-prepared videos from the fantastic team here at Saracens. This is the Challenge Accepted video.
So I think, well, I know what it is.
2 games last year, 4.
We're on fire.
We're doing well.
Rounding up or rounding down. That's just that.
Oh! Welcome back to the home change room here at Tottenham Hotspur. So me and Loz will work out the answers for these quiz questions. User names or numbers on the back of the shirts provided to show your answers. Famously not good as a team on the golf course, so hopefully we'll be better than usual.
It's your fault.
It's my fault, yeah, it's always my fault. Loz, in minutes, how long does it take to change the football pitch with the NFL surface at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? A, 9 minutes, B, 25 minutes, or C, 65 minutes? I think it's pretty quick, but
yeah.
I don't think 9 minutes.
It's not 9.
It's surely not 9.
I was going to say, I thought it might be 65. Let's go 25 because it
sounds
makes
more.
Sound better,
yeah, it makes Spurs
also,
sound
we have
better.
to get this one here.
So 2 and 5.
For Jamie. 25. We reckon?
Yeah, we reckon 25.
Correct. Come on.
Ah, good start. Let's put these back.
Good start.
Question 2. The goal line bar runs the entire length of the south stands goal line and is Europe's longest bar, but how long is it? Option A, 28 metres, B, 42 metres, or C, 65.
What's the width of the football pitch?
You play for Chelsea, mate, come on. And you're a Spurs fan, and you like Liverpool, so come on, 65, 30. I mean, when you whip a cross in, does it feel like 30 metres?
I reckon it's the big one.
It runs the entire length of the south stands goal line. We'll go with 65. C, 65. So I'll get the 6s this side. I'll get Zeke and you get Jackson.
65
is our answer.
Correct. We're on fire.
We're doing well. Question 3. To the nearest 1,000, what is the capacity of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Spurs fan.
Rounding up or rounding down? That's.
Oh!
Because I think, well, I know what it is.
All right, well,
need a 6 or a 2.
62,000, you reckon?
I think it's 62.5, but.
Do we get some leeway? Is it rounding up or down? 62.
Correct.
Oh, this is
I wouldn't
great.
Get that wrong.
Having a Spurs fan.
I wouldn't get that wrong.
Finally comes good. Next question. How many consecutive wins do Saracens have over Harlequins in the Gallagher Premiership? We've got, so this year, one. We had the semi-final. 2 games last year, 4. So at the moment we've got 4.
So in the COVID year, we lost once their place.
Did we?
Yeah. And then did we play them again at home? It might be 5.
4.
Incorrect.
5. Yeah. I told you it felt like a lot.
Back to Spurs, Loz. How many goals has Spurs striker Harry Kane scored at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? A 28, B 45, C 62. How long you had the stadium?
2019.
I think you got 20 a year, but that might sound a bit...
20 at home a year.
Oh, just at home, sorry.
It's basically 3 years.
I reckon you got 45.
Yeah, we'll go 45.
Yeah. B 45 we'll go with, so...
Maro and
4
Nick.
5. 45.
So good.
You're so good. I don't think that was entirely you, but okay.
I didn't know that. Saracens have 5 in a row against Harlequins. Well, that settles it, doesn't it? If you haven't bought your tickets already, do get online, saracens.com. 35,000 sold already for that big game. March the 26th. Challenge accepted. The showdown number 3. They get better and better every year. Well, I would ask my co-commentator Alec Clary a question at this point, but at the moment Alec is delving into the hospitality here at the StoneX Stadium, and so still licking his lips from a mid-match snack. But Alec, the question I was going to ask you is, with your injury that you've got, will you be available, do you think you'll be available for selection for the showdown?
I mean, I really do hope so. Yeah, it's a small injury. It's nothing serious. It's just a bit of a back spasm, that's all. So, yeah, I mean, fingers crossed I should be.
Second question, almost as important, how was that cheesecake for you?
I tell you something, that's the first time I've had clotted cream, and it's changed my life. It's better than heavy, that.
First time you've had clotted cream?
First time I've had clotted cream, that. I
No
didn't even
way.
know what it was.
You're 30?
I'm 29.
29, sorry.
Jeez.
And you've not had clotted cream before?
Wait, I have now, and it's changed my opinion on things, I'm telling you. I wasn't sure about when I opened the lid, but oh mate, absolutely fantastic. Thanks for giving me yours.
That's a pleasure. Yeah, I can't have clotted cream, just can't do it myself.
Really, why?
It's too creamy and white. It just, the texture, it's like mayonnaise, don't like it. I'm a non-mayo.
Fair play.
I'm a non-mayo man.
Really? What, you ketchup, are you?
No sauces. Actually, I'm no sauces.
What, like a dry chip?
Yep.
You'll just eat a dry chip.
Cheese, I have cheese, melted cheese.
Oh, that's disgusting. You disgust
Are
me.
you all sauces?
Oh wait, I do like. I'll have ketchup with my chips, mine. I won't have a dry chip with cheese on it. That sounds awful.
Melted cheese. Come on, melted cheese. We better get talking about the rugby again. Here come the Scarlets. Here comes Carwyn Tuipulotu, who scored in the first half, but was kept quiet other than that from the Saracens' defensive line. And that number 8. It's a nice contrast of styles. Toby Knight against Carwyn Tuipulotu tonight. Both have shone, both young, both with big futures in the game. They may well meet with 8 on their back in national jerseys one day, who knows. Scarlets have come and applied themselves today. They've had a terrific 2023 so far, only losing 1 match, that was to Munster last weekend. Otherwise they've won every match they've played in. Really turned around their season, and they are gunning to try and be the top Welsh team in the URC Shield. They might not make the playoffs and the top 8 in the URC. It might be beyond them after a slow start to this season. But, of course, not a season as successful as Saracens has been so far. Top of the league with a cushion, and despite that loss against Sale last time out, still looking good for top position. Not that anyone here would tell you that, not that anyone here is getting comfortable at all. How do Saracens get comfortable with being uncomfortable and yet still being successful at the top of the league?
I mean, you've answered your own question. You have to just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's just part of the game. Like, it's a scary position to be at the top, but I think we hold on to it really well. So yeah.
Are you ready? Let's go.
The second half gets underway. Dan Jones into Saracens' 22, and the running begins. The
Get inside.
attack minds of Saracens. Clear to see
use it!
as the first half wore on. And things will continue in that vein as Ruben De Haas prepares himself. And puts that right on halfway. Scarlets will ring the changes a little this second half as well, you imagine, as They hand debuts to various players on their bench. And it's great to have you along for the second half. Those of you who are online and commenting, get your comments in. If you've got any specific questions to Alec Clary as well, anything at all, I think you'll answer anything that you like.
Oh, whatever. Not picky.
Pierce Paul takes the ball off the line out. That's slipped inside to Shegan.
Gets taken back.
Little pause on the ball. Good hands from Boone to second row colleague Pierce Paul.
Hell of a run by Caden.
Vunipola to Morris, who just heads into contact. Doesn't mind the traffic, Don Morris. Here's Hartley. Big sidestep from the 15. Boone again. Soft hands for a big man, Cameron Boone. That's Maui, who doesn't take it with him, but it stays alive. Harris makes the most of this, Ben Harris. And Maui will pick down the blind side and make hay. Pierce Paul with a run-up, gives the inside dummy.
Still an advantage.
Vunipola. Back to the left goes Haas.
Okay, advantage over.
From Lewis. Offloading, carrying now to Haas. Doesn't quite find his man there. Pierce Paul and Shegan look to each other. And Shegan says, there you go, Caden, take it on.
Okay, that's fine, Phil.
Taken by the Scarlets and Tui Pelotu. Harry Dole.
Okay, he's knocked on.
And endeavour from both teams. A touch more precision, and Saracens might have been in again there.
Unlucky that.
Yeah, okay, time off.
Let's talk about skills. Saracens so often seen a team where their skills are second nature to them. How much do you work on it every week in training?
Skills is always a massive part. We always do it like pre-training and always extras post-training, myself included. Like skills are something that I need to improve on my personal game. So you do a lot of extras, and you always see lads on the field after training, before training, just trying to better themselves. Come on, the judge.
Crouch! Bind!
I don't think we've been able to talk this many scrums since we had Juan Fagaggio on commentary for a women's Saracens women's match a few years back. That was also very insightful about the front row. Here come the Scarlets. Kean Abraham carrying that forward, and Saracens might have pinched it. This is a test of that strength of Don Morris. He's holding this up forward, along with his mates. And the forwards arrive.
Nice one.
Away, four away.
Now you're going to give that to Don Morris, I reckon.
Oh, definitely. Like, look, arm wrestler.
Four.
Arm wrestle that out.
Okay, four away. You two. Come here.
Over the top.
No idea what side that. It stops there. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Scrum and playable more.
Saracens ball.
There we go. Let's go, Brass. There we go. Second jump now. Crouch. Bind. Let's go, Brass. Set.
Good platform for the scrum half. He goes wide to Hallett, who then doesn't look to his fly half, goes to Hartley. It's frustrating. Things really opening up nicely there.
Pure excitement.
Yeah. Okay, 1 and 3 replacement.
Tell you what Sarries are doing really well at the minute.
1 and 3 black.
For a fast game, we're slowing the game down by holding on to tackles, holding lads up, and it just slows the game down a little bit, so we can just get set in defence and really go at them. It is Bello.
Let's go. Mark's here.
We haven't seen as much of Eduardo Bello as we would have liked because of his Argentina call-ups. What kind of a player is he?
He's fantastic. He's so athletic. Like he's got almost a six-pack coming through underneath there. You can't really see it. But he's a very, very good scrummager. Very, very strong and very agile around the park as well. And Bomber is just a powerhouse. He's so strong. Really good looser.
Robin Hislop able to play tonight because he had his red card rescinded. And that red card against Saracens played the last 12 minutes with 14 players in crucial periods, and it did contribute, I'm sure, to Saracens losing that match. But strange decision perhaps to rescind the red card. It seemed quite fair in the moment, but then again these things get reviewed and then they are changed. Bomber is able to play. Now, cards here. Speaking of yellow cards.
Just yellow.
It's a yellow card.
Let's see that again.
For Don Morris, it looks like. Quick decision from the referee. Didn't need to think twice about that one. So Sarri's down to 14. And Scarlets with a chance to score the first points of the second half.
Is that okay? Yep.
Scarlets secure possession, but Saracens stop them at source from getting momentum. Peeling off is Reese. Williams. Eddie James looks for the offload. Knocking on in the process though, and Saracens get the back slaps going.
Okay.
How many scrums have there been so far?
I'm afraid I wasn't counting.
I know. Been a few.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
your time, Max, yeah.
First one of the night for Robin Hislop.
Second one.
And Eduardo Bella. Second one, excuse me. We have been getting through them.
Crouch!
So Bello, Lewis,
Bind!
and Hislop move.
Set!
Knight goes to the left, then to the right, goes off on himself, and look at the yards made from Toby Knight. Hartley in support. There goes Mitchell. Fights hard to keep his feet. Penalty comes.
Okay, 6 not on his feet and 7 not rolled.
It was lovely from Toby Knight, wasn't it?
Ella, she's had a hell of a game today.
Right in front of you.
Tonight.
Okay, yeah.
He's got that dog in him today, you can see it in his eyes. Got shivers looking at him.
The Saracens don't find touch from the
He's
penalty.
outside, just wait.
Josh Phillips has kicked this forward. Vunipola claims. De Haas and Hartley. Beats the first man. Shegan is following up. Be great to see Rotimi Shegan break free tonight. Caden Pearce-Paul.
Just stop.
Vunipola to the skies. There's Harris who's herring after this. Phillips, Fields.
Just
Dan
wait,
Jones.
wait. Okay, he's put you on now.
Number 10 kicks to number 10. And now Hartley gets going. Tucks the ball under his right arm. Can't quite get it to Shegan as Eddie James slammed into him with a big tackle. Lewis. Good pop out of the tackle to Maxik. Good Bello. Hallett. Eek again. Good carry from the blindside flanker.
Let go of it. Get the ball.
It's the Scarlets though, and Reese who have
We've
ripped
got
it.
an advantage for holding on. Slowed it down.
Second of confusion there, I think.
Harry Williams to Ben Williams. And Harry Williams goes quickly, drops it, but will be allowed to play. Now Saracens intercept. And that's kicked down into touch.
Can't be a knock on, no, he's tapped it. Tapped it.
Scarlets looking to play off scraps. They are a good team in transition, not like Saracens. What happened here? Well, absolutely fine to play on because it didn't go forward. off the top of the lineup. Williams.
Oh, we got it back.
And now Michelot. 7
Let's go,
on
son.
7 opens up, and Nathan Michelot puts the bend in. The open side is a beauty. It's been a stuttery second half, but Nathan Michelot stamps his own mark on it.
Absolutely hellish, Mitch, that.
Been involved in Prem Rugby Cup action this season and is getting another chance here, and he had to keep hold of that ball as he put it down. Max Page tracking back.
Oh, boys.
Talking about transition, weren't we?
As you said, yes.
Saracens show what all that's about.
Little cheeky hand-off there, fantastic. And that hand-off improved his momentum as he went forward as well. What's wrong with your cheesecake, lad?
Just didn't have the time to finish it, Alec. I'm afraid. Michelot in full flight. It's a good sight to see. So Saracens with the first score of the second half and over 30 points.
Keep it up, please. Keep it up, 6.
There we go.
You've sacked yourself. Leave it now, Red. No, I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Wait, what, even a sec.
Taken by Phillips.
No hands. Good. You're fine, but don't use your hands.
Nice shot. You go through, go through.
Play on. Hold it, hold it.
With Evans. Now penalty Scarlets.
You've got your elbows apart. Okay, you've got to support your body weight. 7, elbows down.
He hasn't had the smoothness or the fluidity of that first half on either side just yet.
Okay. 5. If you do that again, I will penalise you,
Changes
okay?
coming in at half time.
Can't deliberately sack it on your own board, but for a penalty.
The flow of the match.
You clearly did.
And the Scarlets go to Saracens is 22. Down from Williams to Tui Polotu. Couple of strides and he goes into his cousin Manu Vunipola. Williams goes back to the right with Dan Jones, who'll look to the inside here with Phillips. Sweeping move from the Scarlets and momentum with them.
Good.
Open side, Williams carries on. Dan Jones's pass is picked off, and here comes Saracens.
Come on.
It's a race towards Mill Hill Rugby Club. Hopping and stepping, and then the Scarlets get back. They'll have the possession off the back of it. Oh, clutching at air for a moment.
Yeah. Red 1, 2, 3 and 9, please. Did that one.
De Haas it was who was the escape artist. Good speed he's got on the American.
No,
how about that?
We're all good, mate, all good. Getting up now by the time, so... yes, come here.
Credit the Scarlets though, getting back in good numbers.
Oh, right there with it. Okay, have a look. Okay, yeah. Thank you, let's go then. Yeah. No, it's knocked on by you, sorry. Knocked on by you. Knocked on by Red, yeah. Come back. One, no. Hello. Come on.
You front row for Scarlets.
The Scarlets have a visit of the South African Sharks on the same day that Saracens are playing Harlequins at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So numbers being changed around and getting ready for that as Saracens' scrum sets up this position. A penalty come off the
Red
back.
driving across, ball from the far side.
In general, there is an ascendancy for Saracens at the scrum
driving
mark,
across.
isn't there?
Yeah, it was a weird scrum, that one, especially towards the end. I'll have to watch the replay of that and watch it again.
So Vunipola nudges forward.
Kaite driving across, ball from the far
And do you
side.
ever have the feeling, Alec, when you've got an ascendancy of a couple of scrums, that you'll have that for the rest of the match, or can you never take that for granted in scrimmaging?
You can never take it for granted, mate. Like, you have a good scrum one time or a bad scrum the next. It's about that consistency, and you've got to keep that.
No, out, you lost your bind.
So it's about sticking to the same process over and over again, something that works for you. That's the key to scrummaging, consistency.
The Saracens finding their groove at the maul, and another try added to the pile. And under the pile of bodies, Ethan Lewis comes up with the ball. And Max Eek also gets a pat on the back. It might well be the captain.
Come on, Slice, get the hat-trick, lad. Come on. One more maul. That's all it takes.
Saracens hookers and hat-tricks, they score them so frequently. Tom Wollstonecroft, the key man for hat-tricks through the years there, that I always think. Jamie George as well, he gets his fair share, doesn't he? But Wolfie really chimes in there with the tries as well.
Absolutely fantastic player, Wolfie. Can't wait to see him back.
Yeah, it's approaching hopefully a return. He returned to training this week, I think, Tom Wollstonecroft.
Yeah.
Vunipola sets it off in the right direction, but can't add the extras on this occasion. So Saracens 40 points to 14 as we approach the hour mark at the StoneX Stadium this Friday night.
Hold it then, hold it. No, didn't hold them, sorry.
Scarlets still looking for their first points of the second half. Toby Knight carries that, but carried into touch.
Every time it's you. Every time it's you. How many, gents? How many? Help them out, please. 5.
Sam O'Connor with his hands on the ball here. And to throw in. And Scarlets do get the ball back. Thought they'd lost it. They keep it. Williams. He's got a lot of speed in those legs, Ben Williams. James along the line, can't be taken by Phillips. And look at Saracens on the turn here. Putting this in behind. Goes Francis Moore. He'll chase Jones, but the fly half does well. Vunipola goes into his opposite number. And Saracens closing Scarlets into their 22 here.
Good for. I like you.
Ollie Wynn on his debut for the Scarlets. His senior debut, clears the ball. It's going to go to touch it. Alec, there's a lot of debutants in the Scarlets team tonight, and Saracens players as well, who will be able to remember their debut because it will have been this season. What's it like when you make your debut for the club maybe that you've come through the academy from, or even for the club you've just signed for, as would have been your case? It's a big occasion, isn't it?
Oh mate, it's a massive rush of excitement. I think my first one was against Gloucester, and that's when I did the thumbs up with the camera because I didn't know any better. I was just excited to be on TV, so yeah, it's a hell of a feeling.
Well, that man Isaac Young there taking the ball, and it's his debut for the Scarlets, but here they come in the outside channels with Max Page. Into the 22 goes Page. Now the second wave arrives, Ewan Shenton.
Advantage offside.
Scarlets playing with the advantage.
Penalty advantage, you're offside.
Tuipulotu Williams again. He is full of running.
Bomber.
Jones. Along to Phillips. Now this is Kean Abraham. Kean Abraham, a couple of times tonight, hasn't been able to get away. There's been an infringement earlier in the move and he's had to be called back. And that happens again. Lovely breakout from the Scarlets.
Offside 9. Time off.
So your thumbs up, Alec. You gave a thumbs up to the camera. Nothing wrong with that, surely.
I know, but it's not very, like, you know, I'm a newbie because of that. You know, I'm a big noob. Put my thumbs up to the camera, but
Ben Earl does it every time he scores a try.
yeah, but not when I'm sat on the bench on my debut.
Me, when I think all that one, okay, I get what you're saying. And my thumb.
Samson's getting warmed up, getting ready. A very aggressive player, runs like a maniac.
Goodness me, that's a nice jar of ale that man has there. All 4 pints at once.
I didn't see that one. Was it glass or was it plastic?
4 pint jug, I think he was drinking straight from it.
I'll tell you something, my dad got me some bullhorns and I'm going to do them up and put some epoxy resin in them so I can drink my beer out of them.
Oh, very clever.
Yeah.
Very clever. Samson Adejemi coming on for Saracens now, along with Sam Bryan.
Nice one, Slice.
Good chance this for the Scarlets.
Good
20 minutes remaining or so. And if they're looking to get something out of this match, then something here will really help. Setting up the maul nicely, and there's an edge there for the Scarlets, and they peel off well. But Saracens pinch it, penalty coming anyway. There's a yellow card shown. No, I take that back. It was a yellow hand of the referee, I think. If that excuses me, then. Scarlets go again. So Young finds Shenton. Scarlets take two. And this has more power behind it, more meaning. Saracens splintering.
Penalty advantage, red.
Really good maul defence.
They're still stopped, weren't they? Here's James. As well, the inside centre really well.
He's legal. Time off, captain.
Time off,
Captain up.
says the referee. And we'll come back again. And maybe words had here with Manu Vunipola.
Okay, driving on the line out early. Okay, and then the other one was on the floor playing. 2 seconds, you understand, yeah? Okay, penalty here. Driving the line out early. Yeah, you can.
Coming in at the side, I think.
Okay, let's get numbers, clear offences,
What have you got to watch out for, Alec? As a defending prop forward here, what's going to get you in trouble if you get it wrong?
Probably height's a massive thing here. As soon as you get high, you lose all your power. So as long as we keep low and keep blocking them edges off, I think we'll be in the clear.
Good.
Shenton.
In the 5.
Scarlets in the 5 metre channel now, and Saracens looking to close that corridor down.
Look at the height of Max there. Really good height. Oh, lovely toe.
Ollie Wynn alights the ball. Worked along the line, it's not going to go to plan. Maybe it'll work out for Scarlets still. Power from Phillips. And another penalty, and now the pocket does come out, and that is a yellow card. Is that Toby Knight? Who's going to spend 10 minutes in the cooler?
Regardless of that yellow, I think he's had an absolutely amazing game today.
Well, we do have to ask for your thoughts on a player of the match later, Alec. So don't give anything away, but it's good to know it won't count against him. Mostly played on the open side this season, Toby Knight. Number 8 is where he played for England's under-20s last summer. And he's really impressed. Coming on for Jackson Ray against Leicester earlier this season too. Good position for the Scarlets, and Wynn. And he'll go to the blind side. Ollie Wynn draws the man onto Phillips, who gets hauled down a metre short. Still to the blind side for the Scarlets, and rolling, and Saracens repel them. Pick and go from close range, and there it is for the Scarlets.
Yeah, good. One reach is fine, five is good.
Their hard work paying off.
They grafted hard for that try, fair play to them.
Third try of the night for the West Walians.
Cheers, Mickey.
Saracens did have numbers close to the line, but through the legs was the place, and I think it was Ewan Shenton who might have got that down. Dan Jones. Doesn't quite hit that well enough to get the extra. So 40 points to 19. 9 tries so far on the night.
Keep on.
So with 15 minutes to play, Alec, there's been plenty of times in recent seasons when Saracens have had the match wrapped up by this stage. What becomes front of mind? What do Saracens have to do when the result seems beyond doubt?
Well, the big thing is not take the time into your mind. Don't think about it. Got 15 minutes left. Just play how you've been playing, and just get excited to take people on, like Samson has there. Absolutely class. Took 3 lads to take him down there. Him and Bomber.
Okay, use it now. Time it.
In this situation, you really got to play it to the end, but you can't forget to enjoy it as well.
Samson Adejemi looking to enjoy his 15 minutes on the field. Big carry there. Vunipola chips it over. There are numbers here for Saracens. It's hacked through from Ollie Hartley. Phillips goes back.
Advantage. Straight down on him.
And there's a penalty there, and breaking up field goes Wynn. That was lively from the scrum half. He has support on his outside. Harry Dole in the red scrum hat sets off a foot race with Don Morris, who's just back on. Dole got his foot to it first. Oh, that was exciting from the Scarlets. Ollie Wynn on his debut for the Scarlets with a fine break up field, the former RGC man.
Quick that one is.
No one saw Ollie Wynn going through the middle there, and this was a decent old nudge.
I won't give you the penalty for that again.
As Dole got to the ball first, but Don Morris able to shut him down.
Really good decision, mate.
And we got to play down there, so we'll wait for them. Just hold him a sec, Vern. Just wait. Just hold. Your players down a sec, wait. What are we doing with him? So we're going to play first. Okay, we'll wait then.
Of course, the Ospreys heading this way
You're right,
on April the 2nd in the last 16 of the Heineken Champions Cup. For Alan Jones and his mob will be up in North London against Ulot Alec. Of course, these matches don't get talked about until the week of them, but it's going to be interesting, isn't it? A nice Anglo-Welsh encounter, a second Anglo-Welsh encounter in a couple of weeks for Saracens.
Oh, definitely, should be a good game. That. Like you said, we don't speak about it till the week, so I have no comment.
You can't comment on it now. Oh, you're on message as ever. There we go. Isaac Young. Scarlets close again, looking for a 4th score. Saracens tight around the ruck, aren't they? and picking and going, but the black shirts of Saracens just shutting the door.
Yeah, good.
Scarlets pick and go. Getting drawn into that arm wrestle. There's Young again. And Wynn wants a few more forwards to keep carrying it up. They're being cordoned off from the 5 metre line. All Scarlets players on this left-hand side of the field. No one on the right-hand side at all. So the play will be here. This is the arena for them. Now the Scarlets sweep back to the right and they move as one. Dan Jones might have space here. Jones scores. It opened up for the fly half. Well, they faked to the left and then swooped back to the right. And that was nice, cohesive movement from everyone in Scarlet's colours.
Yeah, I'll have to see the bigger picture on that one. See who our defence was there.
So just out of shot, you can see here the call is made. Dan Jones in the 10 jersey waited and waited, and then everyone moved as one. And by the time Jones got the ball, he had so many numbers and options. The gap opened up for him.
I think that's just a case of looking up in defence and just seeing where we need numbers and where we don't.
4 and 6. 6. Thank you.
And Alec, when it's a system error for a defence, for letting a try in versus a personal error or a couple of missed tackles, is that an easier one to take when you get under the post and say, right, that's what went wrong?
No, I think system error is a little bit. I think a personal error is a little bit more excusable. Like if you go and balls to the wall and say you missed a tackle, it's fine because you've got someone with your back. But when it's a system error, it's just a lack of looking up, I think. So it's just a lack of perception to the game.
Jones hoiks this forward. And the reply comes from Francis Moore. Just 20 years old, Moore. And this is Sam Bryan. Vunipola. Hallett looks for space on the outside, but the Scarlets' defence was up fast and they've won the ball back.
Scarlets are starting to come alive now.
Well, they do finish games well, don't they? And after that match against Munster, one of the almost comebacks of the season.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Thrilling match over at Musgrave Park. Munster just getting, or just holding on to that one in the end.
And the play falling. Yellow card penalty.
They are a team that come back into things with venom.
But we've got Parfait, there's head contact. Okay, not a high level of danger.
You have to be a team like that now, though, don't you? You have to be a team capable of looking at the last 20 minutes and being able to score 3 or even 4 tries when you need to, when you're down.
Oh yeah, 100%. We've had a lot of close calls this season, but we have an ability to take everything on the chin and not get downhearted about being down at half-time or anything. We always come back, we always front up, and that's a really, that's needed in a team now.
Just wait! Now you're on.
The Scarlets have that trait as well. Match against Northampton comes to mind when it comes to the Saracens this season. That was carried on by Brandon Jackson. Another one who's come through the academy. And at Saracens, Jones just lofted over and Dole cuts inside Harris and then draws his man. That was smart from Scarlets, and Coram Knott carries forward. Win, little jink, and the carry comes forward from Lewis Millen. Jones. Sam O'Connor. Good hands from Jones off the floor. Saracens containing the Scarlets from their own 40-metre area at the moment. Round the back from Jones to James, who's really showing himself to be quite a talent in the number 12 jersey. Saracens will clear their lines. Bryan hasn't put as much on that as he would have liked, but the bounce will help him. Jackson is chasing. Saracens reset. Good gain of ground, if nothing else.
Use it.
Win charge down. Boone doesn't quite get his mitts on it. Well, he doesn't need that much opportunity to get a charge down with levers as big as Cameron Boone's. And he was all over young Ollie Wynn.
Oh man, that man is massive. He scares my 2-year-old daughter because he's that big. She's not used to it.
He's been in the Saracens 23 for the past couple of Premiership games. And another start tonight, and he's played well too.
Okay, Max, yeah?
Toby Knight's getting ready to come back on. And that'll give Saracens fresh impetus.
Okay.
Must have been yellow carded a few times in the time, Alec. And what's it like when you come back on after that rest? Do you have a point to prove, or do you have to almost erase that from your mind? Because when you've got a point to prove, you can sometimes make errors.
Yeah, you've just got to erase it from your mind and just sort of get on with things, and yeah, don't take it to heart. To be fair, I haven't had that many yellows. I got a red not long ago.
What was that for?
High tackle.
Slipped up.
Yeah, bring him on then.
See, normally, this is my issue, right, is I'm not that tall. And I don't normally have to dip much when I tackle someone. So, yeah, I didn't dip, and it sort of slid into my shoulder. So, I've done my time, paid my dues. I'm all right now.
Back on, take scrum.
So you and Bomber could have swapped a few sob stories after last weekend.
Yeah.
I think everyone feels sympathy for those players when they get a red card because they didn't properly get low enough in the time, even though 3 years ago it would have been a totally legitimate tackle. Of course, it is all for a good cause. It's just a bit of pain to go through to get there.
Oh, definitely.
Scarlets play out from their 22 and go to the edge. That was nicely kept in play. Phillips carries it on, but forward pass in the process.
Yeah, bring him on. Okay, fine. Okay, last one, tight hip knee, alright, so it's...
Alec, at some point in the next couple of minutes, it'd be great to get your shortlist for a player of the match, and then select one as well afterwards. But you don't need to give your answer just yet. We'll have a few more phases of play, and then you can give us your thoughts.
Okay. Really good hit, really good scrum from Bello. Yeah, and Bomber, class. Go through. Great scrum.
Sam Bryan, he wanted to go, didn't he?
Comes here. Okay, tight head in. Okay.
Well, Mano, from no angle at all, has hit an excellent touch finder. Samson Adejimi will throw this in. 7th appearance for Saracens tonight. He's never actually won in a Saracens first team before. A little bit like Nathan Michelo in that regard, but they're going to correct that statistic tonight, aren't they? And Samson Adejimi may add his name to the score sheet. On the ball there as that picked up speed. Oh, Scarlets' turn.
Clearly down by black. There's a scrum.
What was that crack?
Clearly down by black.
Do you know what that was for?
Okay.
That was my question to you, or it was about to be.
Not a sausage.
There, the line, yeah.
As a professional player, like, there are a lot of times when you're as confused as fans are back home when decisions are made.
I must spend 90% of my life confused. I don't know what's going on half the time now.
Is that on the field or overall in general?
That's overall in general.
Yeah. On the field, similar amount or a bit less?
95.
95. Real life gets your average back up. Dan Jones clears. Harris from the 5-metre channel finds Moore to Brandon Jackson, and he gets his legs pumping. Scarlets covering back across, but Saracens will get the ball from the left-hand side of the field. Perhaps time for your player of the match, Alec, or your shortlist into the player of the match.
I'd have to say Ethan Lewis is up there. Toby Knight is definitely up there. Those are the two contenders at the minute. I think regardless of the yellow, Toby Knight has really had that dog in him, like I said before, the entire game. And I think it's that overzealousness and that aggression is why you got the yellow card in the first place. So yeah, I think Toby and Ethan.
You'd give it to Toby over Ethan, just about.
I'm not either Toby or Ethan. I'd be happy.
Okay, we'll give you another minute, and I'll have to push you for the final answer. Here is one of the candidates, Knight. Oh, it's a lovely line, isn't it, from Don Morris?
I tell you something, Manu's played well as well.
Michelo.
And Mitch.
Yeah, the names are adding up for those who've had good games tonight. Vunipola could slip onto Hallett, can't find Moore quite. And Saracens looking again with Cam Boone.
Boone hasn't put a foot wrong.
Brian off the floor. Michelo. He's had one of the individual moments of the night.
Advantage offside.
Advantage. Bello with that pass, and that's chipped on. Oh, taken, not quite. As Nkwacha went for the line.
So close.
Bello with the pass back to Vunipola. Everyone on sides. I've been in Nkwacha almost gathering it into the breadbasket. Adegini finds his man, and then he's on the ball again, and Samson Adegini wants the try. Saracens want to finish with a flourish, but they don't quite manage it. Okay, Alec, between the two, between Toby and Ethan, who's your player of the match?
I can't be the deciding factor here. I can't go against either.
So you'd choose to split it if you could?
Yeah.
But you can't? You have to choose one.
I have to choose it. I'm the man who decides the fate.
You are that man.
I'm going to go with Toby because he's still in the field. That's the only reason.
Okay. He's also on the ball here. Can he cause more havoc for the Scarlets? Brian Vunipola goes outside again, and here's Jackson running in again. Saracens.
There we go.
Finishing style. Brandon Jackson. He's looked dangerous since he's come on. And in those wide channels, when Scarlets were running low on numbers, you're not going to stop Brandon Jackson from there. Perfectly timed to select your man of the match, Alec. There he is, Toby Knight. Look at the metres he manages to get. He's going to be a statistical machine in his career, isn't he?
Definitely.
In terms of metres carried.
He's had a hell of a game. Well
really
deserved.
good pickup from Manu Vunipola too. Don Morris and Jackson, the two centres on the field. Gives it the celebration too. The flags are raised as a way to sign off. What a way to sign off. It has been Saracens' young stars tonight who have delivered on their promise and on the Saracens way as well. Toby Knight there and Josh Hallett key to the performance, and the Scarlets have been beaten, although in various different ways they managed to show what they're about, and their youngsters came through as well and showed up nicely. Alec Clary, you've watched an 80 minutes up here with us for the first time on the Saracens live stream. It's great to have your company. What were your reflections on the match as a whole?
Well, first of all, you need some outdoor heating. Right, I'll give you that. There needs to be some heaters around here. Besides from that, focusing more on the game. It's been absolutely a hell of a game from both Scarlets and Sarries. I think lads just went out there being completely free and just put everything on the line, and they look like they've really enjoyed it. So I'm really happy for them, and yeah, God bless them.
Alec, God bless you. Thanks for your time. It's been great to have you, mate. And we've got one more job for you to come, just to talk us through the highlights. But it's been really fantastic to have you. If you're out there listening on the stream, it's not over. We're going to bring you post-match reaction as soon as we can. So do stay with us for that. And we'll hear from some of the players tonight and from the coaches. But before we get to that, we're going to say thank you to our partners as well, who make us able to stream these matches from the StoneX Stadium. So here's a shout out to them.
Unprecedented market force is causing a shift in direction. There may be some long-term opportunity if traders can see through the noise.
Master the market forces with City Index. Trade with confidence.
The heave cry goes round. Final flourish from Saracens on real class.
No time to rest. Just do your best. What you hear is not a test. We're only here to make you. We're only here to make you. We're only here to make you. We're only here to make you go. No time to rest. Just do your best.
No bother. Alright lads and lasses, I'm here doing the highlights. Just watching Mitch go through and absolutely bombing it. See that handoff there? It gave him the momentum to get the try, and look at that. Straight down. And look at the excitement on the man's face. He deserves it. He's put his effort in. Look at them. Have I come through? Oh. My mic's definitely on. But yeah, I'll do it anyway. Look at that maul. There you go, here it is now. Look at that maul coming through. I wonder where Caden gets them undershorts from. I like that red. But look at that try. Nice slice. Good try from Scarlets. That is absolutely trundled over the line. They deserve that one. And there he is. Hell of a trundle. Good decision, good kick. Here we go, try number 10. Just a lack of judgment in defence from Sarries, and Scarlets go through. Really good decision. Positive run. Fantastic. Here's try number 11 come through now. He's my man, Toby Knight. Look at him go. Hand off. He's made some meters, that lad, I tell you. Past the dome. Brandon. Absolutely fantastic. Good ball placement. He could have done better with the ball placement. Right, everyone, good night and God bless to you. You've been a pleasure, right? Thank you for having us. I'll see you later.
Welcome back, everybody. Pitchside, and my thanks to Alec Clary for talking you through those highlights, and also for selecting tonight's player of the match. Toby Knight, Alec Clary in commentary selected you as a player of the match.
Later.
He was very impressed with your performance, as were we all. You had so many metres made with ball in hand. You must come off a pitch like that and have a massive, well, you do in fact have a massive smile on your face.
Yeah.
It must have been a real good one to play him.
Yeah, it was lovely, mate. I mean, most of those boys that I played with tonight I've come all the way through with. And I mean, we played together at the start of the season, and we had a bit of a tough ride, but it's so nice to come out and get a result with those boys after all the stuff we've been through at the start of the year. Yeah, it's fantastic, mate. It's really good.
When you're out there playing, it looks like you're picking your moments when you get your hands on the ball and just play with freedom. How much structure is in your mind when you're out there?
Well, the coach's messages to me are always play with freedom, so don't overthink the game too much. I'm a massive overthinker, so it's just try and play to what's in front of you, and then I'm listening to the generals like Manu, Rubes, Hallett telling me what to do, and I just go try and do my best.
Talk us about your try. You came through the gap from Manu.
Yeah.
You took on Tom Rogers, international Welsh, a full international Welsh cap. You turned him inside and out, and then beat the covered defence as well. You must, you know how fast you are. In that environment, do you always back yourself, or are you looking to make sure that you play to a strength there? How do you size it up?
It's funny you say that. I don't back myself as a player with pace. It was just, I think I was just right place, right timing. I saw them shoot out the line, and Manu had lovely timing onto the ball and just put me through a gap. And then I just saw the space open up. So just tried my best to bust the gut to get to there and try and finish the try off.
You were in England under-20 last season, and
Yeah.
that transition from England under-20 to becoming a senior player and playing more senior rugby, has it been a difficult one?
Yeah, massive. I think naturally, as you go up through the age groups, it's more physical. There's a lot more ball in play time, so it's just adapting to that, making sure I'm making the right decisions under pressure and under fatigue. But we've got some great players at the club that I can follow in their footsteps, and they've been really helpful all throughout this year.
You're playing against another young talent in the Scarlets tonight, in Carwyn Tuipulotu.
Yeah.
Different frame to yourself, different style.
Yeah.
You know, he's a bigger man. Doesn't move quite as quickly, but my goodness, he's a player. What was it like in that head-to-head? Did you relish that?
Yeah, I mean, I've played against him a few times through the age groups. You're always wary of such a big ball carrier like that. He's got lovely hands on him as well. So, he was always a threat. I was always looking up, trying to spot where he was as early as possible, just so I could try and get in front of him. I think he actually got the better of me on one of the tackles, but yeah, just he's a hell of a player.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing that matchup. Maybe in the future in national colours one day.
Hopefully.
That would be fun. Toby, thanks a lot for your time,
Thank
mate.
you very much.
Well played. Best luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, we'll let Toby trot off and get warm. I can tell that back for you, mate. Actually, no worries. Thanks a lot. And for the rest of ourselves tonight, that really brings to a conclusion tonight's action. A reminder though, because 25th of March, we are going to Tottenham Hotspur's stadium. It's Saracens against Harlequins, of course. 35,000 tickets already sold. That's going to be increasing. Those numbers will already be old by the time of tomorrow. Make sure you get your tickets. Make sure you join us there at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in 2 weeks' time for one of the biggest days of the season. For today, however, that's how it's ended. 47 points to 26 to Saracens against the Scarlets. My thanks very much to those partners who have enabled us to put on tonight's stream, to the Scarlets for coming here and putting on such a good show, and to you as well for watching. So roll on the rest of the season and roll on the business end of proceedings. Thanks very much for joining.